Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and so I'll be talking about an automatic bolt carbine build for the Vanguard class in patch 11.2 of Space Marine 2. Now, the bolt carbine is one of the best close-range weapons in this game currently, and the variant I've chosen today is the ammo reserve magazine capacity version, because despite having a 2 accuracy on this version, we do have the perk over here, Home Precision. The equipped weapon's maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This perk turns your gun into a laser beam on the hip fire. You pretty much never have to aim down the sights as long as you have this active. Really good option, and pretty much always pick this up on like any bolt carbine version, but on this one especially, it just honestly fixes your accuracy entirely. Now the other perks I take here are Headhunter into the perk Rapid Health, because we have to pick these up to go into this one anyways, and this one says when your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies and rapid succession restores your health by 10%. Now this is a pretty easy perk to trigger, especially versus cultists and spore mines, though it may be a little bit redundant if you take the other healing options here like Adrenaline Rush or of course Unmatched Zeal, but that's up to you. Now, the perk I take after all of these is, of course, Divine Might for a 10% damage increase. Then I pick up Headhunter and Headhunter again for a 20% headshot damage increase. Then I move down here into Extended Magazine, Divine Might, Increased Capacity, Magazine Restoration, Adamantine Grip, and Divine Might again. Now, you do have a couple options here. You could go down these 4 perk rows like I did, or you could go up here and pick up Cleaving Fire into Adamant Hunter, Perpetual Precision, and Recoupment. This is overall safer with like higher conditional damage if you do trigger Adamant Hunter, but this one will give you a better ammo economy and better base damage. That is up to you. Now for the secondary option, I do take Retribution's Bequest, the heroic heavy bolt pistol. This weapon is amazing currently. The heroic perk effect here is called No Help Is Coming. Shooting an enemy with the Elite Scream stats effect stops from calling for reinforcements, and headshots will kill in one shot. Now, despite having a magazine capacity of 6 and an ammo reserve of 48, this really does not matter too much for your build on a Vanguard because you have a primary weapon, and on top of that, on absolute difficulty and hard stratagems, whenever you stop a reinforcement call, the enemy will go in rage, so being able to one-shot them on this perk is actually really good for saving you ammo on top of the horde. So, a really good perk effect, even though part of it is bugged that body shots don't do anything, but the headshot kills are still worth it. Now for the perk tree on this, I just go down the bottom row as usual, because the bottom row gives you way more damage overall than the top row does, and to be honest, like Rapid Health on a heroic heavy bolt pistol is pretty trash, and we already have that on our primary anyways. And the perk here, Death Strike, after killing a majority silver higher enemy in melee combat, you'll deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This one is incredible. You can also trigger it off a finisher, not just a melee kill, so keep that in mind. And a 25% damage buff for 10 seconds is a pretty good damage buff for a pretty long uptime. Now, the next perk here I want to talk about is Able Damage. After you use a class ability, damage increases by 20% for 10 seconds. This perk is really good on Vanguard, the Tactical even, or excuse me, it's good on Vanguard, Assault, and the Sniper class, because basically you just spam your grapnel on this class all the damn time. So really easy to trigger this 20% buff over and over and over. Next perk here is Home Precision, up here into the perk Gunstrike Reload, and then I pick up the perk here, Tactical Precision. Headshots will deal 20% more damage, non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. This perk is pretty much a must-have on like every bolt weapon ever that's on, because headshot damage just matters way more than body shot damage does in this game, unfortunately, or or fortunately, depending who you ask. But the big thing about this is that a 20% damage increase is just super worth it, so pretty much always pick this up. That's pretty much all there is for the secondary. Now for the melee weapon, I do take the Power Gladius Heroic Combat Knife. This is the most damaging knife in the game currently, and really damn fun to use. There's a great synergy here with the heroic perk effect Agile Strike on our build. This one says, after a perfect dodge, the next melee attack deals 120% more damage, and can be stacked up to 3 times, but there's actually a hidden effect here, it's not in the description, that means that this weapon will retain a 360% potential damage bonus for 1 second after the initial attack, so better than it sounds initially. And on a Vanguard, we can build into the perk here Hone Reactions to double our perfect dodge window, or below 50% HP, which is actually the highest perfect dodge window in the entire game. A really powerful option and really fun to use with the Power Gladius, which is why I pick it up on this build. And for the perk tree, I was going to Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the perk Kinetic Energy, then I pick up Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength again just to maximize your damage. Then I grab the perk here Heavy Onslaught. Heavy attacks with this weapon deal 15% more melee damage. This perk will improve the damage of your shadow stat, not just your normal heavy attacks. And next perk here is Ruling Blow, up here into Tide of Battle, and then you have the choice of going to Extremis Slayer or Terminus Slayer. Now on Vanguard, I primarily use this as like an Extremis Slayer, so I don't go to Terminus Slayer, but if you want to pick this one out for boss damage, you definitely can. But both of these are great options. That's pretty much all there is for the melee weapon. Now for the Vanguard perk tree, we do start off with the perk Upper Hand. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you do not lose control from heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. This perk will save your life. The way that no knockback works in Space Marine 2 is that any attack that would knock you over will only stagger you. Any attack that would stagger you will do nothing instead. So a really powerful option to keep you alive and by far the best in this column. Next perk here is Conviction. When your armor is fully depleted, you will take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. This perk is incredible. A 25% health damage reduction for 10 seconds on armor break that happens all the time is good on its own. With all the drip-fed armor restore we have on this class, it's even better. So definitely pick this one up. It's one of the best perks in the entire game. Next perk here is Prone Reactions. When your health is less than 50%, your perfect dodge window is doubled. Now, consecutive execution is better overall in my opinion, just because 90-second melta bombs are kind of OP in Space Marine 2, and really any equipment regen is, but this perk will have amazing synergy with the Power Gladius, and that's why I pick it up here. It's also just a lot of fun to use. Next perk here is Inner Fire. All team members can restore ability charge by 15% by performing finishers on Majora's level or higher enemies. Now, this perk is really nice to have for things like Bulwark banners and stuff like that. Now, it will also work on melee finishers and gun strikes, but it used to work on any kill whatsoever. It no longer does that anymore. They did nerf this perk, unfortunately. So if you want to pick up the healing perk here instead, you definitely can. I just took this one today. And one more reason I take this perk over the other options here for healing is that Home Reactions is honestly really good to have active all the time. So being below 50% HP when you have this perk here with Conviction, and the perk we'll get into later with Thrill of the Fight, you're actually pretty damn tanky, and healing over this amount can actually be a negative for you for your perfect dodges, which is why I like to pick this one up instead. Next perk here is Restless Fortitude. After a diving kick, you will take 40% less range damage for 10 seconds. This perk is incredible and even better now in patch 11.0 because you can actually trigger this perk simultaneously with a Grapnel Execute. Previously, Grapnel Executes would not count for this perk at all, but now they do, so a really good synergy for our combo here. And the next perk here is, of course, Zone of Impact. Performing a finisher with the Grapnel Launcher deals damage to nearby enemies. This perk is incredible, by far one of the best perks this class has, period. It will deal a tremendous amount of damage, and really carries this class's overall AoE capabilities, so really good option, really good for damage nuking, and really, really efficient. Next perk here is Thrill of the Fight. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you will take 20% less health damage for 5 seconds. This perk is really nice to have. A 20% health damage reduction for 5 seconds is quite substantial, and this will stack with the perk over here, Conviction, for a 45% health damage reduction. It also has great synergy with the perk here, Home Reaction. So pretty good there, though I will say if you want to take Combat Readiness instead for having your Grapnel Launcher come back 20% faster, you can also do that. That is up to you. This is also a very good perk. Final perk here is Tactical Prowess. Grapnel Launcher can activate a finisher not only on incapacitated enemies, but also on those who have less than 33% health, except for Terminus level, and performing a finisher with the Grapnel Launcher restores its charge. This perk, on top of the perk Zone of Impact, just allows you to basically flowchart, endlessly loop into an entire enemy horde with the proper AoE damage. Really good synergy. It always pick these two together because they just have the best combo. Though if you want to take Adrenaline Rush, you definitely could, but I would probably build into Tenacity and like Shockwave, or maybe like keep Restless Fortitude if you really want to. But that is up to you as well. That's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Now for our Prestige perk list, we just take Battlefield Awareness first. If a target is within 8 meters, you'll deal 10% more range damage. This is just a free range damage buff 90% of the time because this class goes in within 8 meters pretty much 24/7. So a really good option. Next perk here is Fortitude for a health increase of 15%. Then I pick up the perk Launch Restoration. Using the Grapnel Launcher restores one armor segment. This perk is incredible. Getting armor back off of every single grapnel is such a value machine. You get so many damn grapnels off of things like Inner Fire and even Combat Readiness that being able to cycle this over and over is incredible on its own. Just with the base grapnel, with all those perks in mind, on top of things like Tactical Prowess also triggering this effect, it is just a top tier option. Definitely grab this. Next perk here is Restoration. Killing 7 enemies in a rapid succession restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk is also incredible. It's just another source of armor regen, and armor regen in Space Marine 2 is a top tier effect because any amount of armor remaining in this game will reduce all incoming melee damage to 0 no matter what, even from bosses. So having armor drip fed to you is not only good for surviving, but also triggering perk effects like Conviction over and over and over. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The automatic bolt carbine is a top tier close range weapon on the Vanguard in my opinion. The only one I like more than this is probably the Melta Rifle, just because of all the ammo economy stuff it has on top of the instantaneous CHP regen. But this one is hard to go wrong with, and hopefully this build guide helped you. And if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Smoke available. Into the morgue. Rebels are just set. Finished and ready. Get the lock down.
I mean, there's almost always an ammo crate over here if you're low on ammo. But you have to go do that. Alright, I don't want to waste all my ammo here, so we're gonna... One magazine should be good enough. Right. I mean, we'll probably one-shot him here. If it actually lands properly. Alright, it's kind of unfortunate we got caught by the wave there, but what are you gonna do? IFTG, how we doing today? We are doing pretty good. Alright, 1 second. Let me move this real quick. Should they buff the overall speed of the player or not? No, I think the speed is fine as it is. Maybe not like the lore accurate, but really what is in this game? Diesel thing at 100 bits. Pretty much. The local litany bot. Ever go full heroic on sniper? Oh, absolutely. Triple heroic on sniper is quite fun. Quite fun. Alright.
Read the camp gate ahead. Looks deserted.
Heavy's your favorite melee class, and there was a time when the heavy boot, before they nerfed the prestige perks for it, was the strongest in the entire game for a melee weapon.
Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise. All day turning out pockets.
Gotta be a little careful here.
What needs grappling?
Or do I?
Steal your mind. Into the fray. Lord come here. Spend all day turning out pockets. Book available.
God.
Swapping out magazine. Lord come here.
Oh, you're very low.
Turning out
Will you?
pockets. Rebel launcher set. Tether up now.
Heavy melee, my beloved. Why they nerfed it after Prestige? I don't know why they made half the changes they did during the Prestige update. They nerfed a lot of shit. Alright, let's go and pull this one. Hello, how's it going? What's up, Everin? What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. You guys are always here fast. Very shocking. We stream for 15 minutes. I'm not a huge fan of the enemies that can't be staggered, and ranged enemies do suck in this game. That is definitely fair. What's a weekly? So, for the hard stratagems mode in Space Marine 2, there are multiple types. You have dailies that will give you 15 accolades on the hard difficulty, or 10 on the normal. And they have a weekly that resets every week, which has like its own modifiers and is handcrafted. And that one will give you 200 accolades for the hard one, and then 100 for the normal one. And accolades are used in purchasing heroic weapons and cosmetics in the accolades shop. He meant the title. Oh, did I mess the... Hold on. Oh, I think I got him. It must have been at like a 33.3% HP, which is funny. Thank you. My bad FGO is being facetious. It's okay. We answer all questions. Ever the professional. I don't know if I call myself a professional anything. Let's try this. Reliquary is the next weekly. I don't know why they're giving so many chaos maps for the weekly, but that is what they have chosen. Alright, let's go through here. Should the Terminator armor be added to the game, or would it be too much in terms of strength? I mean, too much is really like, you know, in quotations. What is too much, really? I mean, we're already killing Tyranid warriors in, like, in droves, which should not happen. The power scaling in this game doesn't make any sense anyways. Not that it really does in 40k in general, but... I should have held that for a bit, I think. I think that'll be enough, yeah. What about servitors? Are servitors lore accurate in Space Marine 2? Yeah, they're pretty lore accurate, considering they do basically nothing. Honestly, you start to like fighting Chaos. Chaos is fun. They aren't the worst. Definitely overblown hatred for them and Chaos Spawn, but I think Chaos Spawn just require a lot. Get back here, you little bastard. I think Chaos Spawn just require a lot of the players, so anyone who's casual is just inherently not going to like them all that much, because they do require more investment to understand than a Tyranid Warrior does. Lore nerds here, there are always lore nerds here. What do you mean? Minoras are so annoying in this game, almost like a gap between you and fun fights against Majoras or above. I don't think Minoras are too bad at all. Actually, I like when there's a fight with Minoras in this game. There we go. Now we're a little low. We have a stim, but once I have Thrill of the Fight active, I think I'm within one-shot territory. Right, he's not raging. Okay, you are. Oh, make a game. Whatever. We take those. What do you have more trouble with, Chaos or Nids? Depends on the build. I'd say overall there are more good builds versus Tyranids and Chaos, but none of them are too hard with like super meta builds. Ice Storm, thank you to Prime sub. Thank you very much. Let me farm you. God. Pew pew. Really all it sent at me? Okay. FTG, would you like to fight two Neuros at the same time? Not really. That'd be a lot of circles on the floor. Be a lot of frame traps, I feel. I'm pretty sure that's why they never give you two Neurothrops in siege mode. I'll run an Aura farm him. Dang. Where is the Ravener? It's a great question. I don't know, I see Tyranid corpses on the floor. I don't see no Ravener. Killed one. He died of cringe. Do you think the enemies are bullet spongy? Been debating this with my friend for a while. I don't think they're that bullet spongy at all. I think, you know, at some point, bullet sponges, like, you don't want something that feels excessive, but like what one player considers a bullet sponge is going to be different than another player. Like, some people prefer to fight enemies for longer, because like at a certain point, if a boss just dies in one hit, you don't have to interact with its mechanics. So like they need an HP bar. Like to fundamentally to interact with an enemy's mechanics, you have to have them be, you know, surviving at least a few hits, or it just becomes a gigantic damage nuke. I mean, look at Auspex. Look at like a precise calibration concentrated fire Auspex where you just explode an enemy. You're not really dealing with the enemy at that point, are you? It's kind of like a give and take. It really depends. How'd you get your FOV this wide? I mean, there's just an FOV slider on PC.
Subterranean detonation in the crude Prometheus.
2 waves of VOP. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Hypex. It'd be pretty nuts.
Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the crude Prometheum well. Cautiously, if you know what is good for you.
The only thing holding back this class is its god-awful grapnel targeting. Because, like, even if you min-max the shit out of grapnel targeting, it still just fucks you over sometimes. Like, it just has bad priority. Also, the super stupidly clunky, go into combat, back up with your grapnel, go back in. Oh, he felt that. He felt that. And that. And this. How many hours have you logged into Space Marine 2? Wouldn't you like to know? Like 3,500. A reasonable amount, you know. Average Imperium worshiper amount. Doesn't the grapnel become wonky due to FOV? Well, yes, it does become wonky. It's affected by FOV. It's affected by how close you are to the enemy. It's affected by, like, what type of enemy is in front of you. Like, it primarily... It doesn't always... I mean, it takes your reticle into account to some degree, but it also loves range enemies. I actually got robbed. I got robbed. There you go. Bang. Pistol's so damn good. Generator 3 is my third favorite generator. Those execution animations with this knife look absolutely beautiful. I think the knife has great executions in this game. It does feel very fluid. The Chaos Spawn ones are really good too. Lictors are more dangerous than lore. Dude, Lictor broods bring worlds to their knees, okay? Like, killing a triple Lictor, there's a reason there's only one Lictor in the campaign and, like, one... Or they only pop out in, like, one. Not, like, triple spawns. Triple spawns are for gameplay. Like, a triple Lictor spawn... That is a nightmarish encounter for a Space Marine. For a Space Marine team. Like, a triple Lictor spawn versus the Astartes kill team, dude. I want, like, a Primaris Deathwatch kill team for that. And they'd probably die.
It's done. Now let us watch this scene off burn. There is an observation platform overlooking the Cryptomethium fields. It will make a good
let's go over here.
vantage for your ambush.
You wish Saber would fix their game like the parry glitch? I doubt the parry glitch will ever get fixed in this game. I don't think they know how to. I think that's the bigger issue. Are Raveners or Lictors more dangerous than Lore? Depends. I mean, like individually, oh my god, make my English. On like an individual level, I'd probably say I'd rather fight a Ravener than a Lictor, only because Lictors are assassins, basically. That can just wipe out your strongest unit, or one of your strongest units. But Raveners have a lot of utility. Yeah, Lictors are terrifying. They're like, really, we should not be seeing a triple Lictor in this game. That should not be something in Space Marine 2. That's just too much for, like, that's way too much for a Primaris to deal with, even. One Lictor, that makes sense. That's why they have one in the campaign, but even then. Alright, well, that sucks. Actually, no, it doesn't. Ah, yes. Even for Titus with plot armor, I mean, Titus... Well, wait, you know, Titus is pretty strong, okay? A Chapter Master could do it, but... Dude, I'm getting robbed. A Custodes may win against triple Lictors, yeah. I mean, I put my money on Custodes for most things. When it comes to melee combat. Also, Lictors don't necessarily have, like, a ton of Cypher powers. Some of them do. But, the best way to kill Custodes, in my opinion. Space magic, space wizardry. Hey, FTG in chat, what's up, Ferrari? Yeah, people don't realize how strong a Lictor is because this game just has you bodying them endlessly, but a Lictor, that's enough to, like, bring a planet down. Like, they're an assassination unit. You know, all the Hive Mind has to do is just send that in against, like, one of your strongest warriors or, like, the leaders of your planet and wipe them out. Cut off the head of an organization, cut off supplies, cut off communications. They're pretty brutal. If it bleeds, it can die. That is true. They can die. Not easily. Yo, they make the events of this game into an actual novel or 500 worlds. Yeah, we have some new 500 worlds lore, guys. So, like, got some stuff about the Doom Eagles. Got some stuff about some other successor chapters. Pretty cool.
Distraction efforts as long as you can. I will fight
Okay.
the thick of these Xenos as long as you need.
The thing I hate about the lore is the inconsistency of how strong things are. These Astartes are god tier. 1 bullet, GG. This armor that's being worn is worth 3 worlds in value. Stabbed through by claws. Super soldiers that are blurred to the human eye, etc. Well, Astartes have always been overrated in strength. I mean, I think 40k as a setting is a little overrated in power level. Like, it has some very strong characters, but compared to, like, generic sci-fi, they're pretty strong. But compared to, like, comics and stuff like that, not really. Not really that nuts at all. I mean, Astartes run like 60, 80 miles per hour maybe, which is pretty damn fast for like a normal human super soldier, but compared to like, oh, this is a light speed character, it's nothing. Primarchs though, Primarchs are pretty good. Primarchs, the God Emperor, when you start to enter like Psyker bullshit and like time travel tech and warp magic, that is when 40k becomes pretty OP. I thought lictors were long-term scouts that would move ahead of whatever fleet they are with and gather information so the hive mind can create a plan of attack. Are these as assassins more? They can be both. I mean, they stealth around. They're a very obnoxious unit to deal with. Also depends on the hive fleet and like the needs of the hive mind, because you know the whole thing about Tyrannus is adaptation. It's like, it's one of those things people are like, oh, lictors hunt alone. Well, it's like they only hunt alone as long as the hive mind says they do. And then when it dictates more biomass or like a different use of them, that'll change pretty soon. Pretty quickly, FTG, why are there no White Templar chapters in the Heraldry for Space Marine 2? Because we never had a Black Templar successor chapter thingy. Or, well, not the Black Templars have like necessarily successor chapters, but they are a successor chapter. There's been no cosmetic DLC for that yet. Black Templars are really only in this game because they're so popular. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they would have just been part of the Imperial Fist successor chapter, but they were in the base game instead. A. What do you think the next poster boy chapter / Legion will be after they milk Ultramarines enough? I mean, Ultramarines will probably be the poster boy forever. But as far as, like, the second most popular Legion, almost guaranteed to be Dark Angels at this point, because they're going to be in everything. I mean, Gilliman, the Lion, are going to meet. Gilliman will probably be in Space Marine 3. The Lion will probably be in Space Marine 3. The Lion will most likely be in 500 Worlds even more as well. It's like they release more stuff for it. Are Grey Knights... Do Grey Knights not have anything to do with the rest because there's no Grey Knight stuff? Okay, well, Grey Knights are a very hard chapter to implement because they're not like a normal Astartes chapter at all. They are all Psychers. They are all Librarians. They are anti-demons. There's very few demonic shit in this game beyond, like, Thousand Suns. And Thousand Suns aren't demons for the most part. They have demon units. Like, you know, the Helldrake's a demon engine, but Grey Knights were very specialized. Grey Knights were the last resort of the God Emperor to fight against Chaos when he knew he was going to be dying. Or he suspected a mass failing. A massive failure at the Battle of Terra. So he sent Malkador off. He's like, alright, I need you to go and make the super top secret squad in case anything happens to me. So we make sure we have a weapon against Chaos, and that's our whole job. They're very hard to implement in Space Marine 2, though, just because of that. You need a whole class for them. They're very specialized. FTG, the word on the street is the lion needs to talk to you. I want to talk to the lion. That guy was kind of a dick in 30k. It was a Malcador plan, not Big E. Well, the Big E, Mr. Big E sanctioned it. I should say. Are you sure it was a Malcador plan? I know he sanctioned it. I know that Malcador's Gene Seed and the Emperor's Gene Seed were both in them.
Cook those rotten bastards.
It was really a group effort. Before Malcador, you know, sat on the Golden Throne and turned to dust. Shameful, really. Goes to show how powerful the God Emperor was. That Malcador, the strongest psyker ever, pretty much, besides Magnus, just turned to dust after sitting on the Golden Throne.
Move to extract.
For a short period of time.
Thunderhawk arriving at evac point. Ramp down and ready.
Alright, let's go over here. Gotcha, didn't know all that info on the Grey Knights. I thought they just had Marines like everyone else. No, they're very specialized. They're super special. They're so special, people don't like them sometimes because they're just kind of like treated like their own thing. And Caldor Drago, their chapter master, he's treated like a Primarch sometimes, depending on the story you read. But Caldor Drago's a little OP. There's a non-0% chance that like every single time a warp portal opens up, Caldor Drago might pop out and kill you. Or, you know, kill you if you're a heretic. Because he is in the warp. Where he's been chilling.